Very warm greetings from the United Kingdom. My name is Timothy Cho. I'm a North Korean escapee and currently serves as the Secretariat of the UK All-Party Parliamentary Group on North Korea. It is my privilege to present this message at the Seoul World Conference on North Korean Human Rights on behalf of the UK Parliamentary Group on North Korea, which counts many members of Parliament and actively advocates for human rights, religious freedom, democracy and humanitarian concerns of the North Korean people. We are also deeply engaged in addressing the broader challenges to international peace and security posed by North Korea. In September, I attended the 60th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council on the DPRK, where I spoke alongside the UN Special Rapporteur and Mr. Michael Kirby, who led the Commission of Inquiry in 2014, concluding that North Korea is a state without parallel. While I was the only North Korean escapee on the podium, delegations from China, Russia, Iran, Cuba, Belarus, and many other authoritarian regimes defended North Korea's ongoing human rights violations. This is today's world of international affairs, where the rise of authoritarianism threatens freedom, undermines democracy, and denies justice around the world. The North Korean regime is one of those supporting Putin's illegal invasion of Ukraine, a conflict that has displaced over 7 million Ukrainian refugees. Yet, the threat extends beyond Ukraine. Putin's continued incursions into NATO territory intensify Europe's security dilemmas. At the same time, fragile democracies worldwide face mounting challenges as authoritarian regimes rise across Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, and the Asia Pacific. China's ambitions, particularly towards Taiwan, its military presence in the South China Sea, and the repatriation, which many of us experienced this, of North Korean escapees who face gulags, torture, and execution, show how oppressive states support one another in a broader strategy to undermine democratic peace, freedom, and fundamental human rights. We are living in a world at a critical juncture where our most basic human rights and the balance between democracy and dictatorship are under great threat. At this year's UN General Assembly, you probably heard this, that the DPRK regime spoke of human dignity and prosperity and claimed to support international peace and security. Yet this is the same regime that conducts cyber attacks, including the theft of 1.5 billion in cryptocurrency, invests heavily in weapons of mass destruction while its people starve, threatens and blackmails North Korean human rights activists, and denies decades of systematic persecution against its own people, including enforced disappearances, imprisonment in gulags, torture, and executions. Testimonies from North Korean escapees confirm that crimes against humanity persist. Political prison camps remain operational. Public executions continue, including those who watch K-dramas or even listen to K-pop songs. Families are denied phone calls or access to the internet. Forced labor persists, and starvation affects 40% of the total population. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights has stated that no other population is under such restrictions in today's world. I had the opportunity to visit Hitler's Auschwitz concentration camps in July. I saw echoes of the institutionalized crimes committed there, which reflected in North Korea, especially North Korean prison cells. a regime that has oppressed its people for over 75 years. How many more years must the North Korean people endure such persecution and injustice? And we may reflect on how the peaceful unification of Germany and collapse of East Germany became possible. The collapse began with the desperate calls for change, the voice of people longing for freedom, the yearning for a free press, access to information about life in West Germany as we try to smuggle what's happening in South Korea into North Korea. And firsthand the experience gradually shattered trust in the communist regime. Resistance movements linking forces both inside and outside grew into political power, led by the voices of human rights and Christian activists. They opened turning point toward the reunification of Germany. This is what Dosan Anchangho said. Opportunity does not come to those who wait. Before becoming someone who waits for opportunity, one must develop the ability to seize it. Similarly, Saint Augustine wrote, when God provides the wind, man must raise the sail. Recently, I attended my daughter's Church of England school assembly. As the school song played with this line, it says, I've got the power and the power in me. I was moved to tears. You may understand why. It reminded me of my childhood in North Korea where I was brainwashed to sing only for the Kim family. As North Korean escapes, we all know this. We were brainwashed to think, act, speak, and worship as the regime dictated. The 34,000 North Korean escapees, including myself, are no longer bound by the chains of this regime. Today, our voices carry the power to break through the shadows. We endured suffering, crossing the Tumen River, imprisonment in gulags, torture and persecution, yet we were not broken. Our resilience and embracing hope show the unbending spirit of humanity in the darkest of times. And we are not alone to do this work. We have friends, communities, and prayers from around the world standing with us. At painful crossroads in history, they chose to walk with our suffering people. And at this year's UK Conservative Party conference, which I attended as a member and candidate, one of the major topics of serious discussions was axis of authoritarianism. Can Britain, the United Kingdom, confront threat to the global order? North Korea was identified as part of the axis alongside China, Russia, Iran, and many other authoritarian regimes. The United Kingdom All-Party Parliamentary Group on North Korea is one of the supportive international communities and working to strengthen relationships with the North Korean exile community and to deepen understanding of the struggles faced by the people of North Korea. As we see through gatherings like this conference, the international community comes together in solidarity with the North Korean people, promoting justice, working toward a future where human rights are not only remembered, but respected and protected for all. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to speak at this important conference and raise awareness of the ongoing human rights crisis in North Korea. Especially I commend the organizers, speakers, and attendees for your unwavering commitment to this cause. Let's keep up the good fight for faith, good fight of the faith for truth, justice, and freedom. ensuring that suffering of the North Korean people is never ignored. God bless you all. Thank you.